If y'all want to react, I think Kat posted to her response on Twitter, responding to her indictment.
My name is Abughazaleh. I'm running for Congress in the 9th District of Illinois, and the Department of Justice is charging 6 people, including myself, with federal crimes for exercising our First Amendment rights near ICE's Broadview Processing Center. This is a political prosecution and a gross attempt to silence dissent, a right protected under the First Amendment. This case is a major push by the Trump administration to criminalize protest and punish anyone who speaks out against them. That's why I'm going to fight these unjust charges, but I need your help to do it. As I and others have exercised our First Amendment rights, ICE has hit, dragged, thrown, shot with pepper balls, and tear gassed hundreds of protesters, simply because we had the gall to say that masked men coming into our communities, abducting our neighbors, and terrorizing us cannot be our new normal. And because Chicago doesn't back down from bullies in masks who tear gas our neighborhoods, this administration has resorted to weaponizing the federal justice system to scare us into silence. But we're not going to be silent. The Trump administration wants you to be afraid of speaking out against it and its anti-democratic power grabs. And there are plenty of reasons to be afraid right now, but we have to overcome that fear. This case targets our rights to protest, speak freely, and associate with anyone who disagrees with the government. And while we have seen the unhinged and unlawful tactics this administration has used against the American public, it's important to remember they're doing this because they are scared. They are wrong. And they know they are on the wrong side of history. We cannot diminish ourselves in the face of these attacks. That's why we have to unite and stand up for humanity, our rights, and everyone terrorized by Trump's lawless secret police. You'll be hearing regular updates directly from me about this case and how we can use our constitutional rights to resist authoritarianism. And as scary as all of this is, I have spent my career fighting America's backslide into fascism. I'm not going to stop now, and I hope you won't either.
Good for her. These court cases are going to become increasingly important because they're starting to pile up.
Insane. Protesting outside of a detention center, getting thrown on or on the ground by one of those thugs.
Todd from Raleigh. I phone banked for Zoran last night for just 30 minutes, and I got 2 undecided voters to commit to voting for Zoran. Seriously, people, any shift helps. Do not get complacent. The only reason not to is to volunteer for Omar in Minneapolis. Blind anti-imperialism. Yeah, we'll play him in a second. Why is it bad for the wealthy to keep the market afloat of 60% of Americans are invested? Is that a joke?
Because the rest of us need to operate in this economy too.
Well,
dummy.
I mean, there's 2 things. Like the fact that 10% of the population is consuming 50% of the stuff and 20% consuming 80% of the stuff speaks to the material deprivation of the vast majority of Americans. That all our economic numbers that are in any way positive, which are increasingly less, are simply a function of the wealthy having extraordinary success. It's literally like me and Bill Gates are in a room, and the average is that we are average has $70 billion or whatever it is. But the fact is that I don't have $70 billion.
And if
why is
came
it
for sale in the office, he would win in the bidding immediately.
The problem with it propping up a market, whether it's like the stock market or any other market, is it is like literally the definition of all your eggs in one basket. Because just to simplify things, if one person is determining the fate of a market that 10 people are participating in, if that one person decides like, I have a better opportunity across the street, the market crashes for those 9 people. I mean, I got to assume that's a joke.
Production is geared toward the wealthy, which is why we have no trouble in places like New York building new giant fancy towers for rich people to buy, but actually getting it making it useful for capitalists to build housing that the average person could live in. Well, if the average person had more money in their pocket, then it would be more profitable for capitalists to do it. But we have a really unequal economy, so it's only profitable to build for luxury buyers.
I mean, what goes on in like downtown Brooklyn is a perfect example of this. Like, like every day there's another 300 units being built, but the price never seems to drop.
Yep. Abundance.
It's really, I mean, when you're just talking about strictly as like these like investment markets, it's about stability. If you don't have broad-based participation that is maintaining these markets, I mean, it's the same thing like even with our revenue for the show. If we relied, the only thing that I would feel comfortable about like relying on exclusively would be members, because it's not one member. Hey folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.